in Copper Basin. Today is Monday, March 3rd, 2014. I'm Tristan Stillwell.
And I'm Brandy Myers, and this is Cbtv News in 9.
On today's show, we'll be talking about the roof at Benton and Copper Basin Elementary, a sports fact about Alabama, and a robber at a Waffle House in Atlanta.
Let's get the show started.
Got a moon and a billion stars, the sound of steel and old boxcars. The thought of you's driving me insane. Come on, baby, let's go listen to the night.
Final approval has been made for roof design work on Benton and Copper Basin Elementary School. Elementary schools, and the plan has been sent to the fire marshal. 1,600 feet of roofing will be replaced, and 700 feet of roofing will be repaired at Benton Elementary. At Copper Basin Elementary, 2,000 square feet will be replaced down to the decking. Once the repair has been completed, both schools will get a new roofing throughout. The cost is estimated to be around $1.2 million. The work will begin around May and should be completed within 180 days. Now, let's go to Tristan for the weather.
Today there will be rain in the morning with a possibility of freezing rain and freezing drizzle in the afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-50s with temperatures falling into the 30s in the afternoon. Tonight will be partly cloudy with lows within the 20s. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny with highs in the 40s, and tomorrow night will be partly cloudy with lows in the 20s. Now that's all for weather.
Thanks for the weather, Tristan. We now have a new Brettley video for you guys, so let's go to that.
Hey everyone, it's me, Brettley, again, and on today's show, I'm going to talk about when I get physically hurt, and I'm just going to share all the times I've got hurt, and I busted out laughing. Okay, one time I was on a scooter, and I ran it up a big, huge, steep hill, and jumped on it, and said, okay, let's do this! And took off wide open. I'm guessing I was going at least 50 or 60 miles an hour. And when I almost got to the bottom of the hill, I went smack down to the concrete. And I just went, oh! Oh! And when I got my breath, I started busting out laughing. And I was bleeding down my arm. And then I finally noticed that I was bleeding and stopped laughing. And then I rolled over on my side and carefully got up and got my bike or scooter. I don't remember which one it was, but whatever it was, I got it and took it inside and laid down on the couch and watched TV, and sometime it stopped bleeding, and I was banged up pretty bad, and I never wore protection, so yeah, that scared me pretty bad on my right arm. If you ever want to see the damage, just come up and ask, and I'll be glad to show you. Okay, see you around, bye. Remember, never ride down a big huge hill on something without thinking it through. And one more thing, when I pinch my scar, I feel the pain from the concrete. This has been Brettley, and I'll see you next time on Cbtv.
Thank you to Brettley for that great video. Now let's go to Tristan with the sports.
It's Monday, and that means the baseball and softball games are 1 week away. In the meantime, I'll be giving you more sports facts. Today's fact is Alabama's official state sport is ice skating, and the official sport of Tennessee is fishing. That's a pretty big difference. Tune in tomorrow for the next fact. Now back to Brandy.
Atlanta police are searching for a woman dressed in a Waffle House uniform who walked into the restaurant pretending to be an area manager. She also left with $100 in cash from the register. It happened around 6 a.m. last Wednesday at one of the chain's diners on the southeast side of the city. Workers said that the woman began acting as an area manager and conducted an inspection of the restrooms and then continued her routine as a real area managers do. The reports say she also turned the cash register key and took out $100. Police are investigating the incident. Speaking of waffles, let's go to Tristany with the lunch.
I'm one of those people who prefer pancakes over waffles. Now, for lunch, in line 1, we'll be having corn dog nuggets, baked beans, coleslaw, fruit, and milk. And in line 2, we'll be having corn dogs, tater tots, fruit, and milk. And for breakfast in line 1, we'll be having sausage biscuit, milk, and juice. And in line 2, we'll be having chicken biscuit, milk, and juice. Now that's all for lunch.
Floating down the Flint River, catch us up a little catfish dinner. Gonna sound like a winner.
Middle school baseball practice begins today at 4 in Copper Hill. They will also practice tomorrow and Thursday.
Prom dues must be paid by this Friday or you cannot attend prom.
Local scholarships are also due this Friday.
The CPR classes for teachers is tomorrow after school. The cost is $10.
A representative from Cleveland State will be here on Wednesday.
If you're interested in tutoring, please see Miss Cribbs for more details.
And now it's time for the Word of the Week and Word of the Day. This week's Word of the Week is summarize.
Summarize means make a brief statement covering the main points.
It may be necessary to summarize a very long story.
Today's Word of the Day is relevant.
Relevant means appropriate.
The man gave his boss an idea that was relevant to the main project.
Now we're going to give you the second half of those 12 key ACT and EOC words. The next word is support, which means back up with details. You must support your claim with evidence.
Explain means to tell how. The students had to explain how to play the game.
Summarize, which is also our word of the week, means to give the short version. People often ask you to summarize a story if they don't want to read it.
Compare means to tell all the ways things are alike. They had to compare the two animals to see the similarities.
Contrast means to tell all the ways things are different. The boys had to contrast the two very different stories.
Predict means to tell what will happen next. Some people think they can predict the future.
And that is all of our words, so good luck on your ACT tomorrow. And now a word from our sponsors.
I am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place mission first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined. Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
Enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
Alright, well, that is all the time we have for today's show.
We'll see you tomorrow on CBTV News at 9.